Hi guys, how are you? This is Chena. I really hope that you're having an amazing retreat. That has been a time to just maybe step away from the craziness of this world, but not just stepping back in a way, but stepping forward and towards God, maybe in a new way. God is speaking. I know He is. I just wonder what has He been telling you throughout this retreat? Well, I get the privilege to talk to you briefly just about the beautiful gift of confession. Now I know, as soon as I said confession, you were rolling your eyes, you were groaning inside. But here's the thing, it's such an amazing encounter with God. Guys, here's the thing, confession is not about shame, it's not about guilt, it's about transformation and renewal, about being healed, transformed. And so I want to give you two examples that I like to use. So I have a beautiful niece who's 3, and I remember when she was young, obviously you have to change her diapers. Now, imagine if I were to tell my sister, why are you changing her diaper if you know that within just a few hours she's just gonna poop on it again, she's just gonna soil it again, right? So wouldn't it make more sense to wait at the end of the day and then change all of her stuff? Because if not, you're just wasting money, you're just wasting time, and it's just annoying. Just leave her. I mean, she's gonna poop anyway. My sister would probably look at me and be like, you're insane. I love my daughter, and I do not want my daughter to just dwell in her filth. Like, I don't want her to just be sitting or walking and running and think it's normal and okay to just have this disgusting diaper, which is filled with her filth and all that disgusting stuff. No way. I love her. And yes, you know what? She's probably going to poop again. Yeah, you know what? She's probably going to soil it again, but that's okay, because then I'm able to change her diaper again. It doesn't matter, right? And so I think for a lot of us, we have this sense of confession of, you know what? This is really hard for me. I'm probably going to sin again. So why am I even going to go to confession? You know what? That's the beauty of this gift. It's God saying, I am here to help you. I'm here to heal you. Every single time you fall, I am there. God does not want us to dwell in our filth. You see, the thing is, if my sister didn't change her diaper, if she waited a day, 2 days, or who knows how long, it's not just that my niece would be literally dwelling in her filth, is that becomes infected. So she can become sick, infected, and just horribly sick because of that. And that's the thing, when we allow ourselves to just dwell in sin, to just stay in our filth, then it also infects our soul. And so all of a sudden, something so small becomes big. Things that maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, we would have never thought that we were capable of doing. I will never do that. I will never say that. I will never become a part of that. I will never see that. All of a sudden, because we've been allowing ourselves, getting used to just staying in that sin, things become more intense, and so the hurt becomes greater. And God doesn't want that for you. When God sees you, He doesn't want you to dwell in your filth. He doesn't want you to just stay there. He wants to heal and transform you. What a beautiful God we have. And then here's the other thing. If you've ever been to a doctor, you know that when you go to a doctor for physical, they check all of you. And not only that, you know, a good doctor will sit down with you and will just look you in the eye and say, okay, can you tell me where it hurts? And here's the thing. Imagine one day, well, not one day, imagine now, I'm just here talking to you, and all of a sudden, from those bushes, I get shot. Right now, in front of you, I get shot, and I am bleeding. Like, my life is oozing out because I have a mortal wound. A mortal wound means I'm gonna die, okay? So imagine I'm crawling all the way to the hospital, and when I get to the hospital, the doctors are there ready, and I am like literally with my hand there because all of my guts are gonna come out. I'm like, doctor, please. And they're like, show me. I'm like, no, forget that. I have a zit right here, fix that zit. Be like, are you insane? Who cares about the zit? Show me your wound. No, I got that. Just fix it right here. No, actually, the paper cut. Fix the paper cut. Are you insane? No, show me your wound. Let me heal you. We can deal with all these little small things afterwards, but we need to go to the depths of that, to the depths of that bleeding. And so I think for a lot of us, sometimes we go to confession and we have this sense of like, okay, fine. I'll tell Father, which by the way, you're not telling Father, you're telling Jesus through the priest. Incredible. So yeah, I'm going to, bless me, Father, if I have sinned. So I kind of like lied a little bit to my mom, and then maybe I cheated a little bit on the test, and you have this huge sin. that's been chaining you, that hasn't let you be free, that's been such a source of pain, of anguish, of shame, and you have that there and you're not saying it, guess what? You can't be forgiven. And it's not because you can't be forgiven, it's that God can't heal you if you don't show him your wounds. Jesus, when he looks at you, when he sees your wounds, do you think he's disgusted by you? No. There's nothing more that moves his heart, right, than to see you and to say, I want to heal you. I am here. I have the gifts to heal this. I'm not just going to look at you, number one, shame you. I'm not going to look at you and say like, yeah, that's a tough one. Good luck with that. No. Jesus is a divine physician. And what he wants us to do is just be with him and say, Lord, from head to toe, from paper cut to zit to mortal wound, like just heal me. Allow me to be transformed. And that's the beauty of the gift of confession. And the beauty of the gift to hear those words, I absolve you, right? And that's a priest speaking in the name of Jesus. For a lot of us, we're like, well, maybe I'll just tell Jesus I'm sorry about my own. No. Jesus instituted this sacrament so that we can have the reassurance when we hear those words from him, I absolve you. What a gift. So again, Jesus wants to transform us, to change us, to not let us just dwell in that filth. He wants to see our wounds, for us to be like little children and to say, here I am. Look at all my wounds. It hurts here. It hurts here, Father. It hurts here. It hurts here. And then Jesus can come in and he can heal all those wounds. Because he's not going to come into your life and against your will, let me see your wounds. He won't do that. He's a gentleman. But he does want to heal you. What a great grace and what a great gift that is. Now, in a little bit, you're going to be able to see a clip from an amazing show called The Chosen. Now, if you have an amazing relationship with Jesus and you watch The Chosen, it'll just make it even better. Aspects of Jesus that you just fall in love with. Or if you have no relationship with Jesus, you don't know what this whole Jesus thing is about. You think you know, because honestly, maybe you went to Catholic school your entire life and you heard a lot about Jesus. You know a lot about Jesus, about him, but not him. You know about him, but you don't know him. I have a niece who loves this soccer player, and she can tell you what club he, used to play with, how old he is, who he's married to. She can tell you everything about him. She doesn't know him. She has absolutely no relationship with him. And I think for a lot of us, maybe that's what happens, right? We know a lot about Jesus, but we don't know him. And in the sacrament of confession, where he heals us, that's a great gift, that we get to know him more. And the sacrament of confession not only is just that, but also gives us the grace to not sin again. So we could say, like, Jesus, I'm struggling with this. He heals us, but he gives us the grace to be stronger. So again, if you don't know Jesus in that way, that's one of the beautiful things about this series, The Chosen, that it shows a beautiful, real side of Jesus that we can then encounter in a different way. So in a bit, you're going to watch a clip from The Chosen, and this is my absolute favorite episode, is the first one. And they introduce Mary Magdalene. Now, the beautiful thing, I need to give you a little bit of short history about this scene to kind of prep it. And in this show, they show us Mary Magdalene as a little girl, a beautiful, pure little girl who loved her dad. And her dad always showed her this amazing verse, which was, I have not abandoned you, I've chosen you, you are mine. And so she would always remember that verse and have it with her. But her father died, and so many things happened in her life. She was abused. She was hated. She becomes a prostitute. She literally, by the point that we meet her, she has 7 demons. The Bible, when they tell us about Mary Magdalene, they say the one who Jesus expelled 7 demons from. And so we may think, well, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, but you know what? We all have those things in our life that have taken control of our life. So it's not that unrelatable to see and imagine us in the shoes of Mary Magdalene. Now, here's the thing. Because of the abuse, because of the horrible shame, because of the prostitution, she no longer goes by Mary. That is not her name anymore. She goes by Lilith. And so when you meet her here, she is troubled. She is possessed. She literally, before the scene that you're going to see, she was about to commit suicide. She went to a cliff. She tore up that verse from the Old Testament that she had learned, where God said, I have chosen you, you are mine. She threw it, tore it, and she was about to commit suicide. But all of a sudden, she sees this bird and she kind of follows it. And you know where it leads her to? A bar. And she's like, cha-ching. Because she would always go to that bar to just drown herself in alcohol. To just say, I am so ashamed of myself. I think that I'm free, that I do what I want. But really, all of these things is just trying to escape from myself. And so in this bar, as she's contemplating suicide, as she absolutely loathes herself, hates herself, as she no longer identifies herself as this pure, nice little Mary, that girl is gone. Now she's Lilith. It is here that she has an encounter with Jesus. And the beautiful thing about this scene is that this is the first time anybody in the show sees Jesus. Remember, she's trying to drown herself away. As you see this is the Jesus that wants to encounter you in confession. This Jesus, the one that you're going to see right there in that series, The Chosen. A Jesus that pursues us, that doesn't shame us, that calls us back to who we really are, who we truly are, our identity. And so as you begin to see this, as you think about how God wants to transform us and not leave us in our filth because he's a loving Father, as we begin to think about how confession really is us going to the divine physician Jesus and saying, heal my wounds. Heal my wounds, Jesus, especially this one that's been so uncovered, the one that's festering, the one that's eating me up inside. Heal it, Lord. I am here. And as you see how he encounters Lilith and re-encounters Mary, brings her to herself through this loving relationship. This is a Jesus that wants to encounter you in confession. This is a Jesus that wants to heal you. It's not about shame. It's about transformation. It's not about disgust. It's about healing. It's not about rules and regulations and you broke a rule. It's about relationship and healing hearts. So my prayer for you right now is that as you do an examination of conscience, as you prepare for this encounter with Jesus, that could be what it truly is, an encounter with Jesus who wants to heal you, transform you, and love you in a way that you have never, ever encountered before. So please be open to the great gift that has come. Do not let the time that's gone by from confession stop you. No. Do not let the sin stop you. No. You know, the greater the wound, the greater God's mercy. And one of my favorite saints, Saint Jose Maria Escrivá, has a saying, and he says, you know what? A saint is a sinner who keeps on trying. You're a sinner, I'm a sinner, we're all sinners. And how wonderful that God encounters us in our sin, meets us where we're at, but doesn't leave us there. I hope that tonight, that today, you will encounter this divine physician who loves you and that calls you back to yourself into a unique relationship with him. May God bless you. I am praying for you.
So, did it work? I'm sorry, Lilith.
Elias? What? We should talk, huh?
Leave me alone.
Oh, what, huh? He's going to scratch me too.
Come on. Not now.
So she...
Not now.
Fine. She smells anyway.
I don't know what else I can do to help you.
Give me that. Lots of it.
That's not going to solve your problems. It's meant to distract from
No
them.
more preaching. Just give it to me.
Lilith, please listen to what I'm...
Please. I said leave me.
It's not for you.
Don't touch me.
Lily. Lily. Lily, are you okay?
I have to go. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Mary. Mary of Magdala.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
Thus says the Lord who created you, and he who formed you. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You